Let me just get this in a little bit better. My technical crew is non-existent, so I'm doing it. Nice. Well, good day, everyone. You know, it's funny because just a few minutes ago it looked like it was going to rain here, and I thought, let me get this video in before it rains. And literally, as I started to put out my great, beautiful foods and supplies to get ready, the sun had shone from my eastern side there through the tree break in between the clouds, and it was just a real beautiful moment, and it just kind of reminded me of how everything does come together when we have true intention and we're putting our heart into something. So today I woke up and I was feeling great, and my outlook was on the positive side because I said so. And I was thinking, what am I going to do for a video today? Because yesterday I was unable to do a video because I ran out of time and it was raining here, and I really enjoy doing these videos outside here with you. So I don't even think about what I'm going to do. I kind of operate the same way I do in my kitchen for these videos. I look at what I have and what needs to be utilized. So as I jokingly say to myself, the fruit and the vegetables speak to me each day, and they say, hey buddy, I'm ready, you know, now's my time. And that's when I incorporate them. So today something came out, and he kind of, you know, stood out of the crowd, and he's the chillest dude, you know, cool cat, you can say. And it was this watermelon right here. Beautiful, gorgeous watermelon. Oh, let me check something here. Gotta make sure my recording crew is doing good back there. Thanks, guys who aren't there. So this is an organic watermelon, not always easy to find, at least where I'm located. And the problem with watermelons, any frugivore would know, is that they have been hybridized and altered through genetics, that they are seedless or soft, small seed that I don't even know if they're viable. So, you know, just like the old buckwheat and the Little Rascals, you want those black seeds in your, you know, watermelon slice to spit out there, and you know, deliver some goodness to the ground. Everybody is, not everybody, I shouldn't say that because that's too much of a judgment. Many people don't want to put hard work into a lot of things on a daily basis. So they're like, hey, I don't want the seeds, I don't want to pick them out, I don't want to deal with them, I don't want to spit them out, etc. So the industry has altered the whole game, which in essence is now stepping on God's toes, and we have seedless watermelon. So I am not happy with that. I am also not happy with a seedless banana, because a real banana has a seed in it. And it's hard, and it grows more bananas. So the bananas you see today are a altercation of God's design. So we're going to see what's inside of this one. But let me tell you how I came up with the story. So I saw this watermelon, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do something with watermelon. And then I was walking along picking some wild mint. Yeah, that's what it was. I was getting confused with spearmint. No, this was mint. So I was picking some wild mint that grows near where I am located, and I bumped into somebody, and they said, what are you doing? Because they know how I roll and that I get so excited to make these fruit and raw dishes. And I said, oh, I'm going to do a watermelon salad. And she had suggested, well, why don't you put some red onion in there? And I thought, I would have never guessed of such a relationship, but you know what? Opposites attract sometimes, and I think that could work. So what I came up with in that very moment from this beautiful person just talking to me was to make a final drum roll salad, a watermelon tomato, red onion, mint, and fresh basil, and a little kick on the hot pepper salad. Now this is going to be fantastic. I have never made this salad before. I've had a combination similar. I've had tomato with watermelon. That's a favorite of mine, and it might sound different to you, but trust me, when you put these together, it is heavenly. Especially on a good hot July day, a chilled watermelon and tomato salad. Once you do this, you will never forget it, and you will share it with your friends, and you will share it with your mouth and your stomach for a full-blown circular party. So it is an amazing, wonderful salad, and I'm so excited to do this today. So let's get started. That's how I sharpen my knife. All right, so I'm gonna take my basil. I kind of go heavy on the basil. I kind of go hard. I go hard and heavy. You know, it's hard to pin me down because some things I go really light and gentle, like, you know, a good lady. But there are other things that I go really hard and heavy, like maybe not such a good lady. So it really depends on the circumstances. And sometimes you can go too hard and you can cause problems. Like lavender, as I was explaining in the grape salad. Lavender's beautiful. If it was a woman, gorgeous goddess. But if you go too hard, you're gonna push her away and she's gonna put a sting in your mouth. All right? So now what I do is, here, let me move this watermelon. That is going inside of us all. That is gonna give us life, clarity, hydration. Watermelon, it's interesting. I don't get a electric high voltage energy from watermelon as much as I get a complete full organic water hydration. I definitely get clarity like I do all fruits, and it's very sustaining. I can eat it all throughout the day. I could do a watermelon fast for a month. I mean, I love it that much. But it's not a power player. But then again, on the other side, it is, because it is such a strong astringent. And it really is very pulling. And it is amazing at cleansing. So it is hydrating, it is cleansing, and like a great man always says, grapes, berries, and melons. Those are the top 3 dogs. Absolutely. All right, so what I do is I just take my basil here, and I kind of put it into a little balling group, as you can see, just like this. And then I take it and I just kind of roll it so it's together, almost like it's a burrito wrap of basil. All right, so it's all kind of grouped together. You're going to get stragglers. You're going to get stragglers everywhere in life. You're going to have the people that are down, they're working together, they're having a love space, and then you're going to get those that, well, aren't. So that is the yin and the yang. So here I am just cutting through my grouping, and I'm really keeping this together with my hands because otherwise it would just kind of fall apart in essence. I'm going to turn my cutting board around and I'm going to go the other way. So I'm just going to kind of act like I'm a top chef, even though I'm just like a top fruity type of guy. Give me the fruit, give me the herbs, give me the veggies. I'm top. So I'm just kind of making up my own style there, okay? So it's pretty chop, slop, and chopped. So I'm going to put in my trusty Pyrex. You know I love my Pyrex because I love glass. I love the earth. Glass being made out of sand. It is connected. So then I have some red onion. I already just cut this nice, organic, beautiful red onion, ready to go. So I'm just going to toss that to eye. What kind of measurement would we give on this? We might be saying 1/4 to 1/2 cup based on taste. And I do, again, a very earthy chop. This is not fine. As you can see, these are big jumble bumbles. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my Serrano, just for a little kick. I'm going to cut this into 4s, and I'm going to go as close as I can. Again, just like when I was in school, I was so rebellious. And it was funny because I was rebellious, and I did not follow the rules, but the teachers did love me. I guess just based on personality. So even though I didn't follow the line, they were like, you know what, that guy? I like him. And now that I get older, I realize, yeah, I mean, I'm not giving you trouble. I've made my mistakes. I haven't been the best person in maybe decisions I have made and behaviors, and I've created things that haven't helped people in their life. I know that, but that's why I'm here now, because those are the old days, and I forgive myself, and hopefully those people can forgive me for the mistakes that I did make. But it's all read in the book, the great book of life. I've read it. I'm still reading it. Adding chapters to that thing every day. And it's amazing how every day can get better if you have the right mindset and intention. And laws of attraction is true. I haven't seen the $1 million aspect thing, but things are organically unfolding. And I believe in that fully. It's not even I believe, I know. And I'm in the love space. I'm just a big lover. I'm all about compassion, selflessness, and being there for your fellow man and any other life form. You know, we overlook what's going on behind the scenes when you walk into the supermarket and you go to or walk by the deli, because hopefully you're not going to the deli. There is a lot of tremendous, very, very heavy energy in the negative field because of the treatment and the conditions of these living beings, which are, if we really wake up, are our brothers and sisters and us. So we are them, they are us, we are all the same. And it's so funny how man has, through ego and time, proclaimed that he is above another living entity. Just like when I see an ant or a bee, I know that that guy knows more about the universe and the bigger picture than I ever will, and I have nothing but respect. But that is not the norm here on the planet. People really do take their human structure for granted, thinking that they are above all else. And we will be taught that through action, because all actions have consequences. And it's just a matter of time, and it does come through in karma. Man is not the top dog. As a matter of fact, if we really get into it, the top dog could very well be the mosquito. I mean, who has that answer? If you do, please drop me a line. Remember, I'm avocadogrape@gmail.com, AVACO, you know the rest, grape@gmail.com. So, you've got to really think about these things, because it really truly is all connected. Now, I do have my mint here, so I kind of just took it together and I rolled it into a little, kind of like a burrito action, you know? But I'll tell you guys, enough is enough, and it is time to wake up and realize that we are all connected, and we are to love one another, and we are to help one another, and judgment is a closed door. I don't know about you, but when I get in my car, I like to open the door and get in the driver's seat and go forward. If I'm going to be having judgment, then I'm locking myself out of the car and I'm never going to go anywhere. Some people choose that. It's just a matter of time before they will figure out how to pick the lock on that car and get in the driver's seat, because they'll come to you, believe me. All right, so let's get our tomatoes going. These are gorgeous, beautiful local tomatoes. Details, probably, I mean, at this point in the game and cycle, it's got to be greenhouse. So let's cut into, what is it, 4s? Yep, it's in 4s. And then I have my centerpiece, and I cut off the bottom half with a little small nubber. But the top, you know what? I've done it. It doesn't work. It's kind of like eating a little piece of wood. And don't get me wrong, if I could eat wood, I would. You know, what's wrong? Shave it up. But it's not an element to eat. It's not working out. But give me the dirt. I'll eat the dirt. You know, there are cultures like in India where they do recognize the importance of dirt, and they do eat it and have ceremonies because, well, they're tapped in. So get more dirt in your diet, that's for sure. All right, so I'm just slop shopping here, also known as the chop shop. I'm just cutting these guys, giving them a little kind of cube effect. And there is no science to this, but I will say there is a sharp knife to this, because I have cut a lot of tomatoes with a dull knife. And it is like using a saw that won't go through metal. It is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. To stand here today, let me tell you, what have I learned? Well, that's another discussion. But what have I learned about my fruits and veggies? So much. I know how to cut them. I know how to come at them. I know how to listen to them. I know when to do it. And a sharp knife is a vital. So this, oh my goodness. Thank goodness for the beautiful, nice weather coming, you know? I just love tomatoes. And all winter, it's so difficult because the tomato options are really limited. And the organic tomatoes, for the most part, where I am during the winter, is the cherry tomatoes. And that's fine. I'm cool. You know, I'm down. But it's just a different experience. I love these large, vine ripe, and different heirloom tomatoes. So now we're going to get into the big boy. This is what it is all about. How am I going to cut my watermelon? You know, watermelon brings people together. During the summer, when people are gathered, and somebody, just like, you know, the pilgrims brought their little dishes with the Indians for the story we were told. Everybody is so excited to share that experience and that food choice. During the warmer months, a watermelon is friendship, and it really does bring unity. So this is a great idea for a salad, but you know what? You can just go earthy and cut open your watermelon and do it as you wish. Wedges, you know, cubes, balls, and a great watermelon juice is just superb. I really enjoy good watermelon juice. And I'll just, you know, add some water to that. And you know what I like with that is a little Himalayan pink sea salt, just like a nice pinch, because we want to bring that in sometimes. So what you want to check for on your watermelon, first of all, is you want to see if there's any give on the nubbers. You want to have just a little give. You don't want it to be rock hard. I mean, this guy's like, to me, you know, that's nice. That's real nice. Then you want to give it a shake, and you want to make sure it's not loose in the center, because if it is, I've opened up, unfortunately, but it was good for the birds, many watermelons that were rotted inside. So I lost it, and I learned as I went, because every day I'm learning. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is, and please be careful, I will, is I'm gonna cut off the nubbers. You've seen a few of my videos enough now to know that the first thing I'm really doing a lot of times is cutting off nubbers. This guy, that actually was a pretty good frisbee. All right, I really couldn't use that, like I've said before again, you know, in the compost pile, of course, but this is my compost pile. These are my friends. All right, so now how I cut a watermelon. I cut it into these kind of, let's say, rings. Because sometimes these guys are just so big, how do you go about it? So I'll cut it into these like little jammers, all right? By the way, that's gorgeous, but do you see the first thing? No black seeds. So they've already infiltrated my whole moment with you. That's okay, we're going to get hydrated water. It's an incredible source of hydrated water. So now I have my little circular kind of plate of watermelon. Whoa, something just totally freaked me out. I didn't know what that was. I thought it was actually a bat, because it's just about to, the sun's just about to go down. And though I'm cool with the bats, I thought, did he just come here because he wanted some watermelon? Alright, so what I'm going to do is just going to cut roughly the flesh. I love saying that word with fruit because it's used, but it's obviously not the same. So look at that. Boom. Pretty damn close. Nice. Now, this white, tough part, I've done it. You can juice it. It's just kind of, I don't know, you know, it's kind of like neutral, you know? It's kind of like the guy in the middle. He can play for either team. It's like that. All right, so I got my little piece of watermelon, and I'm just going to cut it up into parallel slices here, and then I'm going to come the other way, and I'm kind of just dicing. Just kind of dicing that up. See that? Little cubies. QB on the dice. And this is really nice and moist. Let's check it out. Oh. You know, it's funny. Cutting that basil, it's kind of on my sensory load here. And I know how that's going to come together so well. Oh my God, something about, that's the duo. You know, I've said to you, lemon and apple, duo. Basil and melon, Batman and Robin for sure. All right, so now this is going to get a little bit easier. That end piece is kind of awkward a little. And we're going to come again. I always put time into my melon cutting because, as you can see, it's a little bit of work. So I really like to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm taking patience. I got my jars ready. And for the next 3 days, I am rolling in melon. So I can tell you, the next 20 minutes will be great. I can add on to the next 20 days will be great. But the next 20 hours are going to be super, because I got melon going on. It's going to be chilling in the fridge. And I am going to be on the ready to get down. Things can happen. I've had some glitches in the past days, but fruit always bounces. Always bringing me back. It's kind of like you go off to the side and you have some fruit, and it brings you right back to the center. Very similar to meditation, though so different. But anybody who knows what's up knows what I'm saying. It really brings you to a centering place. So, as you can see, I kind of shaved that out. I got a little weight there, but that's some thin stuff, so I'm down. I'm really not going to get worried about that. If it's a little bit thicker, that's when it can be tough and kind of tasteless, but something like that on the edge, as with any melon really, I always will roll with that. I roll with the edges. I'm on the edge. Because if I was safely just in some position where I wasn't on the edge, then how would I succeed? All right, we got some stuff going on. This is looking good. I wish you guys could have this now with me, because I'd share it out. I'd share all my melon with you. What am I going to say? All I can say is, yeah. All right. Let's get a little stir mix. I think I added too much melon, but this is always a part of the experience. We learn as we go. Because if we ain't learning, we ain't growing. If we ain't growing, we ain't as healthy as we need to be. We're becoming our own experts every single moment. I'll tell you what, this is beautiful. I really like the colors. Really like that. You can smell the onion. Oh my goodness, you know what? Bam, bam. That jalapeno is already riding along the watermelon sides. See, it's mixing with that water. See, when those oils come off of the jalapeno and it kind of spreads throughout something, like in an oil or here, water, it goes a further way. That's for sure. It's not just going to be jalapeno. We're going to have some jalapeno action all universally in relationship to this whole dish. The Serrano is going to add like a really nice flavor characteristic. The jalapeno is going to give me some heat. I really like just a little bit of heat. And if you notice, I didn't go that hard. I really went light. Just a little kick. All right. So it looks like we've got some good stuff here. I like my mix. I should have used a bigger bowl because I have so much watermelon. I'm not complaining. I bought some more watermelons today, actually, at a local market. I saw this beautiful lady, and her smile was just so inviting and, I don't know, calming and warm. And I think she dug the scene that I had the melon going on, you know? Because like I was saying, melon brings people together. So today has been kind of like melon influenced. All right, so let's get in here. I have some onion. I can see that I have my mint. I have my pepper. This is actually a perfect spoon. I do have my tomato and my serrano. So this is the Jimmy Jam. Actually, we could bring